Hello, Catherine Roth. One way I tend to talk with my ESL students online is that I provide an introduction video before they actually meet me, because sometimes they're in different parts of China. So they don't really have a chance to meet me. So by having that introduction video, it allows them to feel more comfortable with me because they know I tend to joke around and stuff. And 6 days before class or 5 days before class, I tend to prepare a video on the topics that we'll be covering. So that way they give them time to get accustomed to some of the material, not everything, but some of it. For example, let's say we're covering numbers. We're going to be counting 1 to 100. Please watch this video. And so they'll be practicing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So when they go into the class, they already know it. So I can provide more activities for them to play these kind of games with me during the online class. And so this makes the cognitive load a lot less versus if they never met me. I have to introduce the topic to them. They're unfamiliar with the words. Now we're going to play a game. It just overwhelms them, basically. And so by taking these steps to prepare them before the class, it makes the general a lot easier, and they're more willing to talk. And then also intentionally, keyword intentionally, making mistakes. Most students don't realize I'm intentionally doing this, but they'll say I'll be 10, 20, 50, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10. And like, what? It's like, that's not what we practice. And they feel inclined to correct me. And so this also makes them have more engaging in discussions and raising their hands. Sometimes in online class, I have to mute some mics at a time because there's so many kids wanting to respond at a single time. I was like, okay, wait, raise your hand if you want to respond. As for raising the barrier of communication, I'm not actually all for that. I understand that, with instant messaging, especially apps such as WeChat, they want to message you or add you to private PM. I never do the private PM. I actually just talk in the group. So, for example, if a student has a question, I tell them to ask in the group because more or less likely one parent or another parent is going to have the same question. So they're all the questions are on the group. So everyone sees everything. And they say, oh, I had the same question, that answers my question, instead of having to repeat it 3 or 4 times. So usually that will take only maybe, out of the week, maybe 1 or 2 hours to do all the questioning or whatever, answer whatever the parents ask. So if you do private PM, yeah, that is a nightmare because there's, I have 8 kids per class and then 8 different people I got a message. Well, versus a group, I can do it all at once. So if I recommend, don't create barriers, but actually just put everyone in a group, lighten your workload instead of just kind of saying, oh, he's not responding to me. I think that's the best advice I can give you. Do groups. Thank you.